Thank you, Senator Schmidt. Senator Rosen, please.
Well, thank you, Chairman Reed. I really appreciate you holding this hearing. I'd like to thank General Cotton and General Dickinson for, of course, your great testimony today and for your service to our country. And, of course, we have the Nevada National Security Site right there in southern Nevada, and I want to speak a little bit about the upgrades that it needs. So, General Cotton, I want to follow up on a question I asked at your nomination hearing now that you've taken command. It's an issue I've raised to the committee several times. At the Nevada National Security Site, we oversee the stockpiled stewardship program, principally the U1A facility. It's that underground lab where scientists conduct the subcritical experiments to verify the safety and reliability of our nuclear stockpile without explosive testing. So U1A is undergoing major construction. It's a project that will soon host the most capable weapons radiographic system in the world. However, NNSA currently faces significant infrastructure delays, including at the Nevada National Security Site. So how will the upgrades to the stockpiled stewardship program, like the U1A, affect STRATCOM's certification of the nuclear stockpile? And how do these infrastructure modernization challenges overall delay your impact to fully fulfill your responsibilities?
Senator, thank you for the question. And as I had said earlier to the committee, making sure that we have the proper funding, the proper insight on the modernization of the weapons complex writ large, to your point, is absolutely critical for us in the modernization of our programs when, we've been talking about the weapon system platforms themselves. So that's going to be critically important. When we talk about NNSA and the problems the challenges that they're facing in regards to infrastructure, I monitor that daily.
So that's how you're addressing these structural delays, just monitoring? Is there something else that you're working on?
I continue to push the requirement, ma'am, for pit production for me, for example, has not changed.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to move on to you, General Dickinson, for a cyber mission and space, because we know cyber operations, you've been mentioning it, of course. They play a critical role, well, not just in our space capabilities, but honestly, I believe in every aspect of our capabilities, and we see our adversaries increasingly developing the counter space capabilities that really undermine our interests. So China, they've emphasized the offensive cyberspace capabilities, that they are critical to their cyber warfare capabilities. Are you concerned about the increasing threat of cyber attacks from China and how they could jeopardize the U.S. space operations? You spoke about doing the constellation mode, some of the other things that you might be doing you can speak to in an unclassified setting. So are these some of the best tools you can use against kind of counter the space cyber aggression, if you will?
Thank you, Senator. So cybersecurity is a top priority within the command, because we understand the challenges and the threats just as you mentioned there. The command is actively working cybersecurity every day. So as the command has matured over the last 3.5 years, we have built cyber protection in from the very beginning. An example of that, we have a joint cyber center that resides within the command now that is at operational capability.
And are you using, I'm sorry to interrupt, are you using machine learning and artificial intelligence to maintain the digital superiority in the new centers?
We use that those types of capabilities to do as I described in terms of our JCC, Joint Cyber Center, as well as the new Space Force Delta 6 that stood up that does cyber protection for our satellites, satellite communications control networks, as well as the integration of General Nakasoni's integrated planning element within my command as well. We participate in the greater cybersecurity and the cyber deterrence process with U.S. Cybercom as well through their cyber priority effects list. So every day, one of my top command priorities is securing the terrain, doing digital superiority, and part of that is making sure that we're hard in terms of cyber defense.
Thank you. I'm going to, really quickly, and I'll probably take the answer off the record because I ask everybody this, STEM outreach programs. How are we going to reach these goals if we don't have the workforce, the pipeline, folks coming in or being trained. And so I'll take it off the record as my time is expiring, but I want to know about your STEM outreach efforts, particularly in cyber. How do you plan to grow them? How do you plan to retain good people? Because it really is critical. So thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll take that off the record. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Rosen.